What is up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke aka Dansgate here, and this is a playthrough that I've decided to shoehorn in between Final Fantasy 13 and Uncharted 4. So it was either going to be this or Tomb Raider, but I explained in a previous hangout that Tomb Raider might be something that I'm going to wait a little bit longer for. But on my channel I have every single Metal Gear Solid game in existence apart from this one. So I can't truly say that I have every single Metal Gear Solid game on my channel until I have a playthrough of Portable Ops as well. So Portable Ops is a little bit different from the others because it wasn't written and directed by Hideo Kojima, and there's certain elements in the game that, story-wise, that aren't canon. So it's a little bit strange because it deals with an extremely important era in the Metal Gear Solid history, set in 1970. 6 years after the events of Snake Eater, and it's obviously set before Peace Walker as well. So it's a very important time in the story, and it features a lot of kind of big players that we know and love from the Metal Gear series. So when you look at it that way, it's a game that really needs to be played. If you're a Metal Gear Solid fan, you really need to make sure you play this game. And on the other hand, some of the stuff has later been kind of omitted. Some of the stuff in this story clashes with stuff that happens later on, so it's a little bit fishy in that regard. But there's a lot of interesting things that happen in this game, and I think it's definitely well worth seeing. So for the sake of completeness, I'm going to make sure I have Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops on the channel. So one interesting thing about Portable Ops is, if you remember my playthrough of Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, if you watch that, I said that I never played Peace Walker when it was available on PSP, because I have this thing about, you know, up until that day, Metal Gear Solid for me was always like a big screen experience. It was so cinematic, so dramatic, and you know, I was so used to seeing it on that big screen on the big consoles that when it was kind of shrunk down to a handheld version, I thought there's no way this could be anywhere near as good as like the main experiences. So I kind of ignored it, and Peace Walker ended up kind of being remastered and rescaled for the big consoles, but this one never did. So I found the solution in an emulator that allows me to emulate the PSP version. So I tried to clean up the visuals as much as I can, and I think I've got the controller working properly. So I'm using a PS3 controller to play through the game. So now that I found this compromise, hopefully this should be a decent way of playing this game, and not only getting to absorb the story, because up until this point, like maybe about 8 years ago or so, like 7 or 8 years ago, I played for like an hour or so, so I remember like nothing from this game. So hopefully this should be a way for me to experience the story properly for the first time as well, and you guys too, if you haven't checked out Portable Ops before. So without too much further ado, I'm going to get into it and see if I've got things right, because I set this up like a few weeks ago and everything was working nicely, but hopefully it's still the same now. No! Damn it. Fine, I can't be that short. Obviously, because on the PSP you didn't have like the second analog stick. That made things a little bit difficult in terms of the control scheme. So this is something that I've had to map to the PS3 controller, and that's why I'm struggling to. Where's the? Okay, that's what I was trying to do. Like, for example, I'm using the right analog stick in order to move the cursor, which is something I'm not used to. But I think this should give me the control scheme that I want when we're actually playing the game. Yes. Realistically, since I never played it, but I'd feel a bit embarrassed going for easy because I'm a bit of a Metal Gear guy. So I'll probably still suck. I'll get seen very often, but I've got to try on normal. It's interesting that hard isn't available off the bat.
Right on time. Excellent. It's been exactly 12 hours since we administered the drug. I trust your dreams were pleasant, Big Boss.
What are you talking about?
Oh, please drop the act. I know all about you, boss. Or would you prefer I called you Naked Snake?
Sounds like you've got the right guy. Who are you?
My name is Lieutenant Cunningham. Until 4 weeks ago, I was with the CIA.
Cunningham? Fox Unit's interrogation specialist?
Ah, so you have heard of me. I'm honored, Snake.
And those guys who attacked me, they were Fox too?
Yeah, although we'll leave it at that for now.
What do you want from me? I'm retired from Fox. I'm guessing this isn't a social call, or you wouldn't have brought the goons.
Retired? Yeah, I suppose you are to the outside world. Don't worry. I'm not here to give you a new mission. I just want to ask you one simple question. 6 years ago, as a member of Fox, you prevented a full-scale nuclear war. You were hailed as a true patriot, given the title of Big Boss by the President. And then you turned right around and quit the unit. Threw aside your rank, your good name. Mysterious, don't you think? What did you see out there on your mission? What did you see in Grozny Grad? Where is the legacy?
You mean the Philosopher's Legacy?
Yes, the secret cache of funds amassed by the Big Three during the Second World War. Where is it?
If you're looking for the legacy, try the CIA. They're the ones who took it after the mission 6 years ago.
Simply apply the right type of pain to the right degree at just the right location. It's always been my policy for persuasion, and I found it to be quite effective. The CIA only recovered half of the legacy from the Soviets after Operation Snake Eater. And you know where the other half went.
The CIA only got half?
You can drop the act. You defeated the boss and returned alive, so you must know where the other half of the legacy is. And now, you're gonna tell me, Snake?
Don't have a clue.
That's too bad. Because I'd hate to have to continue persuading you like this, comrade. No matter. We have plenty of time. Sooner or later, I'm sure it'll all come back to you.
Wait. This isn't an official mission, is it? What happened to Major Zero? Tell me the truth, Cunningham.
This is an official Fox mission. For now.
All right, here we go. So yeah, you can see the environments. They're PSP environments, all right. But I mean, I think you would agree that Snake himself is not looking too bad. I mean, considering that this is a PSP game, the emulation has done a pretty good job here. I think I'm not too disappointed. And obviously, I've gained control of the second analog stick now, which I wouldn't have normally had. So. Snake, so that's your name, huh? It's got a nice ring to it. Okay, random blonde guy. Okay, so that didn't take long. I didn't expect a cutscene to happen straight away. And as you notice, because it's a PSP game, it didn't really have the same kind of production level as the proper kind of full-size console version. So there's a lot of scenes that aren't voice acted in this, unfortunately. So Sometimes I'll read it, sometimes I won't, depending on how things go. It gets a little bit tiring reading it, to be honest. And it feels weird, me kind of reading Snake's voice, because I'm so used to David Hayes' voice. Dude, okay, man, I'm trying to explain some stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I mean, you can already see it's a very interesting time in the Metal Gear universe. So it's pretty much straight where we left off, even though there's a 6-year gap. You know, we're already talking about the Philosopher's Legacy and Grozny Grad and all that kind of stuff. So for those of us that love Metal Gear Solid 3, it's all kind of familiar territory. So okay, that's quick. And it's an MK22 straight off the bat, just how I like it. If you ever watch me play Metal Gear, you'll know how much I love the MK22. It's even got my sneaking suit in there. Aromatic polyamide.
Well, I'll be damned. It is Snake. Or should I say, Big Boss. Are you the real deal?
You know me?
Are you kidding? You're a legend in the Black Ops world.
Black Ops.
What's a hero like you doing in a place like this?
Beats me. I'd like to find out myself. Where are we anyway? Near the equator from the looks of it. If I had to guess, I'd say South America.
You got it, Big Boss. The San Jeronimo Peninsula, to be exact. Known to the locals as La Peninsula de los Muertos, the Peninsula of the Dead. It's off the coast of central Colombia, more or less directly south of Cuba.
Never heard of it.
You wouldn't have. It doesn't show up on any conventional maps. It's under Red Army control.
The Red Army? In Colombia?
In 1964, the Russians provided military aid to FARC, Colombia's biggest rebel faction. And in return, FARC gave them this land.
1964, the year of the Virtuous Mission.
2 years prior, the Russians failed in their attempt to build an intermediate-range ballistic missile base in Cuba. Had they succeeded in deploying nuclear-equipped IRBMs inside Cuba, every major American city would have been within range.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Exactly. In the end, the Russians gave up on the idea of deploying missiles in Cuba. Rumor had it that they were looking for a new site, one where they could build a base in secret.
And that place was the San Jeronimo Peninsula.
Yeah, well, not exactly. Apparently, the plans for this missile base were abandoned before it was built.
Abandoned?
Due to détente. Both the US and the Soviet Union are having trouble financing their enormous military budgets, and they can't afford to keep waging the Cold War like they did in the 60s. Last year, they began conducting the strategic arms limitation talks with the goal of limiting each country's number of ballistic missiles.
Meaning no more need to build a new missile base.
Right. But as you can see, they'd already completed part of the facility. We were sent in to investigate what was going on. Before we could do that, they ambushed us.
They?
The Fox unit. My team was wiped out in the blink of an eye. I fear I'm the only survivor.
What's the Fox unit doing in a Soviet base?
Not a clue. I'd have expected you to know more about it than me.
I'm not with Fox anymore.
I see. Anyway, that's all I've got.
All right. Hold on. I'll get you out of there.
It's no use. I've tried over and over. You need a special key to unlock the cell door. Right now, you've got to get out of here. Head 5 clicks southeast of the detention center, and you should reach a communications base. I need you to call in a rescue, if you can.
Rescue?
You should be able to make contact with the States using the satellite uplink, but the circuit will most likely be monitored. If only you could use some kind of encrypted transmission.
Someone capable of receiving an encrypted protocol that they can't listen in on.
Any ideas?
I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off, but there's one thing I could try.
Great. I'm counting on you, Big Boss.
Call me Snake.
It's been an honor, Snake. The name's Campbell. Roy Campbell. Good luck.
Yeah, so there we go. That's my man, Roy Campbell, that we know and love from the later Metal Gear games. So there he is in the flesh. You've been out of action. Yeah, he's going to give us some tutorial shit. So yeah, Roy Campbell's history goes a long way. So not only did he work with Big Boss, he also worked with his son later on. Well, one of his sons. Reacquainted with the weapons and all of that shiz. Right, so we can only carry 4 things at once. I don't think it's like the previous Metal Gear games where you could have like a whole myriad of weapons. To use weapon, press L button. Okay. Obviously, now that I've mapped the 360 camera to the right analog stick, that's also my D-pad at the same time, so I have to kind of get used to that. Oh! I thought I'd shoot him anyway to see if it's going to like be affected. Okay. I'm going to shoot him again. Oh! Yeah, he gets the point. Yeah, I think it's the same as the Peace Walker one, right? It's similar. Okay. Right, so here we are. Up and running. Originally on PSP this game runs at 20 FPS, but I found a patch that makes it run at 30, which is nice. There is a 60 FPS patch as well, but apparently that causes some problems. So in the cutscenes you'll see there's some occasional kind of, you know, glitching that happens mainly in the transitions between shots. And that's something that I can't really control. I mean, I've tried to change some settings and all that kind of stuff, but there's not too much I can do about it. So hopefully you guys, it won't be too distracting. Hopefully it's going to be fairly minimal, but it's just something that's there for now. Use the wall press and then peek. Ye old wall press. But I mean, oh, he actually said you're pretty good. I also remember there being an electronic gate along the way. If you're careful, I think you can sneak past it. You know how to crawl, right? Alright, yes. Snake's fame, of course, you know, is pretty universal. Yeah, that doesn't really help me. Can I... I'd rather not get seen by the first guard that I run into. Shoot him in the face. Yeah. First one on the board. So how do we do the old thingy? If I press square, it's probably going to shoot here. No? Alright, I have to unequip my weapon. Okay. Get 1. They give you 2 drops. Okay, that's nice. Maybe if I shoot him a few times in the leg, just to be safe. Should be okay. Even though technically it looks like I touched the barrier, I think we're okay. Don't know how much value there is in taking this guy out, but have to obviously hit him first. There we go. For me, this never gets old. I mean, It's not. I'll admit it's not the most entertaining style of play to watch, but it's just something I've done for like the last 10 years. So for me, the whole kind of being sneaky and MK22ing people in the head from a distance is just, for me, that is Metal Gear. You know? I don't know why. It's just how I've always loved doing it. So again, we've got a suppressor that runs out as well. So no infinite suppression, unfortunately. Full? Oh, what? They're two separate... Man, that's annoying. Okay. Fine. More stuff. What's this? Rations. Alright, cool. So I have to drop one of these. Yeah, that's going to be a bit cumbersome as we move forward. Going to have to be selective with our gear. Right. That's not the way out. Hopefully we won't run into too much glitching and stuff. I mean, when I was testing, I played for about 10-15 minutes and everything looked good. But, I don't know, we might run into some more stuff as we move on. Okay. I kind of feel like I should shoot this guy. Because there was something in there that might be useful to me. So there's no camo index, as you can see. So camouflage is something that you're going to have to kind of just make up as you go along. There's nothing you can do. You're just going to try and stay as far away as you can. Which is a shame, because the camo index was one of my favourite things about Metal Gear Solid 3. But obviously they couldn't port over everything. Okay, so first mini mission done. Yeah, okay. So, a lot of the environments that you're going to see in this game, I think, are going to look like this. It's not going to be as... the terrain and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be much more kind of like boxy, like this. It's going to be a box with lots of walls and barriers and buildings kind of scattered in between them. So that's going to be something that is going to be a fairly common feature of this game. Okay, some people are prowling about. Bullets are quite plentiful, so for now I don't need to be too careful. Let's see, I mean, still can't see me right now. So yeah, like I said, because there's no camo index, you've got to get a feel for how far away they can be before they see you. But the inventory just fills up fast. Ooh. Smoke grenades. So yeah, now got to drop something. I can already tell that I'm not going to be enjoying that. Satellite dish is in the central building, so... Can I climb pipes? Very, very ambitious, but... it's not Assassin's Creed. Wouldn't be MGS without lockers. Something that I think the Phantom Pain omitted. So even Portable Ops had lockers, as it should. Oh, okay, I made it. Nice. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Right, let's see if we can make some communications. Hey, paramedic. Yes. So, this one of these things, like, when you love a game, like you love Metal Gear Solid 3 or you love Final Fantasy X or whatever game it is, when they release a game that kind of makes heavy reference to it, has a lot of the same characters, set in the same world, even if the game's shit, you always want to kind of just play it just to kind of see those characters in action again. And that's one of the things that drew me to Portable Ops. I mean, despite not playing it on the PSP, I mean, once I completed the Phantom Pain, I realized how awesome Metal Gear Solid 3 was again. So then I went back to play Metal Gear Solid 3 and I was just like, man, this game is so awesome. And then that kind of spawned my interest again in checking out Portable Ops. So at the moment I'm glad I did, because it's nice to see these guys again after such a long time. Is it you? Is this the real Naked Snake? That voice, paramedic? I don't know who he was expecting, but because that is her frequency, right? It's been a while, huh? She looks a little bit like Meryl here for some reason. But I miss the voice acting. I really wish there was. Oh shit, is this Major Zero's frequency? So there I go talking about Metal Gear Solid 3 and I forgot paramedics frequency. But this is paramedics though. Major Zero was placed under arrest by the military last month. Interesting. So all of the former Fox guys, they've all been like Snake and Zero. They're kind of under fire now. I don't know the details, but a month ago a CIA unit stole a top secret weapon guarded by the military and fled the country. They're charging the Major with instigating the revolt. You've been charged too, Snake. The military believes you spearheaded the rebellion. Oh shit, so a former unit has gone rogue. And obviously we're kind of in the loop as former kind of influential members of Fox. I know, Snake, calm down and try and listen to me. The CIA unit, the one that stole the prototype weapon and executed the revolt, its name was Fox. Meaning the Fox unit is your next target. Whoa. Any members of Fox who didn't join the rebellion were killed. The unit is in shambles. Know how you feel. Whoever started this mess managed to gather Fox members specializing in solo missions and killed all those who opposed. The only soldier who could have pulled that off is you. Okay, right. Done in by my own overblown reputation. That's a very Snake thing to say. Are you the only one there? Ah, damn. But Sigint's helping us out over at ARPA. Alright, sick. The Pentagon's Advanced Research Projects Agency. Right, his frequency is 148.41. Alright, so we've got Sigint and Paramedic back, which is nice. Yo, Snake, long time no see. Why does he look so much more like tough now? He looks like tough and muscular. I swear before he never looked like that. I'm not impressed with the new looks of Paramedic and Sigint, but okay. I hear you got yourself into a bad mess out there. Oh man, it's cool. We've been through a lot together. Same old Sigint. With your skills, it shouldn't be too hard to find your way out of there. But that's not going to be enough. You've got to catch whoever started this revolt. If you can't take them alive, dead will do just fine. We need evidence that proves your innocence. Otherwise, we're going to end up court-martialed for helping you. Yeah, that's what we heard too. It looks like they took over the chain of command for a Red Army unit that was secretly stationed inside Colombian territory. Hearts and minds, the bread and butter of special forces. Anyway, because of that, neither the US nor the Soviet Union can get involved publicly. If the world found out that the Russians built a nuclear base in Colombia, or that America had one of their most advanced weapons stolen, they'd be hell to pay. And the Rogue unit is using those secrets as leverage to demand negotiations for independence with the US and the Soviet Union. They're planning to create a new military nation, so yes, Metal Gear Solid and military nations, huh? Well, there's no reason you have to do it alone. If the rebels manage to get the local militia on their side, who's to say you can't do the same thing? It's not that complicated, man. Just think of it as procuring your allies on site. That's what you're good at, isn't it? Procurement on site, yep. This isn't the same as catching fish and snakes, you know. You gotta try it, Snake. Otherwise, everybody's gonna be gunning for you. The rebels and the Pentagon. And you're gonna bring us and Major Zero down with you. Oh, I do have some good news too. As luck would have it, we've just sent a scout unit to the Peninsula site to gather intelligence. It's an SFG unit. We lost contact with them a little while ago, but there might still be some survivors. If you can rescue them, they'll help you out. Okay, is it cutscene time?